Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Week 8 upsets to bet, and no one go too crazy on these. I had to really scour the list. Let's get to the first game, and I'm changing my pick from Tuesday. We got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Cincinnati Bengals. Eagles are plus 2.5. Listen, I know Cincinnati has won 2 straight games. We know Joe Burrow is absolutely no joke. And yes, the last 2 games, this Bengals defense has played better. But I watched that Browns film and I walked away unimpressed. It was very unimpressive against the New York Giants as well. And it's all well and good beating up on Deshaun Watson, beating up on Daniel Jones. And I know this Eagles secondary has serious issues, but can I be honest about something? And I'm not trying to use hyperbole. We finally were able to see a vintage Eagles performance. We haven't seen one of those since, 2 years ago when they made it to the Super Bowl? And the formula was rather simple. They were under center more. They were running the ball, and we saw Saquon Barkley have an absolute day. And quietly, like, one player I'm watching in this game is Sweat. He's getting better every single snap, and I really liked his edge rushing that he showed. So when I look at this game, I just see an Eagles team that is getting better. They are peaking at the right time, and their backs were against the wall. Everyone wants Sirianni out, and I told you earlier in this year, dating back to the Saints money pick, I absolutely love the Eagles when they're on the road, and the home field has gotten very, very toxic. And when you're in that type of environment, you can have the strongest players mentally, but people are going to press. People are going to second guess themselves. And let's just go back to one thing in this Bengals-Browns game. One thing that started off that game was the kick return, and they started out 7-0. But honestly, man, if the Browns would have put in Jameis Winston instead of DTR, I really felt like the Browns could have stole that game against the Bengals. And like I said, the Bengals defense has played better the last 2 games. But Daniel Jones, Deshaun Watson, give me the Eagles plus 2.5. I absolutely love it after watching that Bengals-Browns film earlier this morning. Next game, we got the Dallas Cowboys. Them boys at the San Francisco 49ers. Cowboys plus 4. Both teams are at a low ebb. Let's be honest. I don't think I've ever seen a Shanahan performance like that, like they put out against the Chiefs. I am worried about them. And we don't know if Debo's going to be out there. Having ammonia and fluid in your lungs is not good. We know Ayuk's not going to be out there. And we also know this 49ers defense is overrated. And you look at this Dallas team, their season's on the line. I don't mean to be dramatic. And we know that they're littered with injuries, especially in the front 7. We don't know if we're going to see Micah Parsons, but I feel like offensively for Dallas, this is a good matchup. If Dak can be able to throw the ball and utilize play action, I feel like the Cowboys can get this going and pull something. Obviously, the reason why this is an upset, let's be honest, the Cowboys completely suck when they play the 49ers, and we haven't seen much verb and inspiration out of this Cowboys team. But I will say it again, the Cowboys are getting the 49ers at the right spot. And like I said, the upsets this week are slim pickings. But I know a lot of people are going to be betting the 49ers to cover. I don't see that. I see a field goal type game, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys have the ball with a chance to win it. Give me the Cowboys plus 4. And I wouldn't, like I said, I would not be surprised if they stole this thing. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears, the Bears at the Washington No-Names Commanders plus 1.5. I got the Commanders plus 1.5. And I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to be out there. but I truly think this is a game the Commanders can steal. Every single year, bettors, and you guys alike, and I've fallen for it before. A backup quarterback comes in there, and then we pound the other side without really thinking about it. Was I impressed by the Chicago Bears against the Jags? It was a proficient, professional performance. They made it look easier than they should. But let me ask you a question. What good team have the Bears beaten besides the Rams, who their whole offensive line is out? I think we see a Commanders team that is finding their groove, that is playing with supreme confidence. If Jaden Daniels is out here, it's going to be a dangerous game for this Bears defense. Obviously, the Bears have the better defense, but I also think Cliff Kingsbury is an unquantified entity this year. The first game at Tampa Bay of the year, I felt like it was a horrible game plan. But every single week they get better and they're starting to develop an identity. So we do think we're going to get Mariota. I think Mariota can do enough against this Bears defense. And I've been saying this all year. I feel like you can push around this Bears front seven. Do not sleep on the Commanders here. I know it's not the biggest upset of the year, but them playing at home, the vibe's finally good. When has the vibe been good for the Commanders the last 5, 10, 15 years? It's hard to think about. This team is on the up, and Dan Quinn's doing a great job. I have to eat my words. And I'm not trying to tell anyone, oh, go put the house on the Commanders. We have to understand the Panthers are really bad, but people also got excited when the Bears beat the Panthers' ass. Next game, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Okay, go, calm down. But I did see a very great piece of evidence. Jameis Winston will be out there, and I think that gives the Browns a fighting chance. Can this Browns offensive line block? No. I'm seeing you guys comment, Ravens alternative line minus 13.5. Go the Ravens alternative line minus 17.5. And I get it. People are overcompensating. It seemed like everyone and their mama had the Ravens to lose to the Bucs and said they wouldn't cover. I had the Ravens. I was not surprised by the inspiration I saw from them. But let's understand how these games go. Let's understand that getting rid of Deshaun Watson. Now, I feel bad for the injury, but Deshaun Watson subbed in for Jameis Winston. I think we could see something crazy. What are your other choices? You got Raiders plus 10. You got other options. Do we think the Giants can beat the Steelers? I certainly don't. If you give me one more upset in terms of likelihood, I'm going the Browns. I'm feeling something brewing. And even last year when the Browns were playing better football, when the Ravens were favored by 3.5, we saw the Browns come in and beat them. Anything's possible in this league. Do not lull yourself to sleep. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. The best gambling show on the internet. Over-unders will be up Wednesday night. I'm getting these up earlier. Thank you guys. I absolutely love the comments.